Hello everyone, I'm AZ Sniper Fox, and once again, thank you for watching my vlog. For those of you who celebrate it, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. Um, Last time I did this, I mentioned that I was going to go ahead and maybe play around with creating some music, actually try my hand at composing maybe a theme song or something, do something screwy like that. I have not had the time to do that. I highly regret it, but unfortunately, I've had a lot of things going on recently, a lot of things that needed to get done, and a lot of things I need to be focusing on. Other things, I just got out of the shower. I'm happy. I'm all nice and clean, feeling good. Got a few other things to do today, but I figured I'd go ahead and, make sure I made some time for you guys. Other things that have really been going on is I've been trying to get back once again into my artwork. I've noticed that a lot of times I tend to work a little bit and then I'll fall out a bit, maybe about a week, sometimes a month. It really depends, but I'm really hoping to work on that more again. I have a piece that I've been working on for pretty much a year now, and I'm really embarrassed that it's taken that long. So I'm just really hoping to spend some time, get that done. Provided that the free time allows. But I mean, other than that, this week has gone by pretty quick. It's kind of crazy. After I finish one of these, I end up, realizing, oh hey, it's that time to do another one of these weekly vlogs. So, but I'm still keeping up. I still plan to update on Monday. This one's a little bit later than I anticipated. Yesterday was Sunday, got really busy. Normally I do tend to record on Sundays, just so I have that free time to go ahead and edit and get everything out, and that just did not happen this week. Another thing, though, that I did want to touch up on is normally in these vlogs I tend to pick a topic and go ahead and discuss that topic, how it relates to me, how I tend to adapt and tend to overcome some obstacles. And considering that it is Independence Day for any of you in the US, I figured I'd discuss my independence. It's always been a big thing for me. It was always a big thing for my parents. In this case, my parents were very adamant about making sure that I was very independent, making sure that I would go out and be able to do things on my own. So to kind of give an idea of some of those accomplishments, I mean, I'm engaged, as many of you've noticed. I am engaged, very happily so. I moved out. I moved out, without too much hassle. Moved into an apartment for a year with my fiance, and then we went ahead and got a house together, which is where you are now, in my house. But adjust my glasses there. As I said, it's kind of crazy though when you think about it. I don't think about it as much, but some people really they look at me and say, well, how did you get here? Well, I just kind of did it. I mean, I didn't really stop to sit there and think, wow, how'd I do that? I don't. It's kind of like doing this vlog. By the time I get to editing, it's like, oh, I said some stuff. I just kind of switch on, I turn on the camera, I start talking, and by the end, I have a video. And then I edit it, render it, it goes up on YouTube. So, a lot of the things that I have accomplished, I can't say that I've done it on my own. I have had help, and I do need to give credit to where it's due. I mean, I do have to thank my fiance for a lot of things. She's a big motivator for me. I do have to thank my parents for constantly pushing me. My mother's always been she's always been the one to say, well, why can't you? She was very supportive. She was never really the kind of person. She was never the kind of person to actually criticize me for my views or beliefs or anything like that. She was always very, very supportive, and I greatly appreciate that. It's really helped in overcoming a lot of things. And she was always willing to put forth her support, not only emotionally, but sometimes financially when it came to it. Even for like the simplest things. In high school, before high school, I was kind of relying a lot on others and really depending on the kindness of others. And so I was very big on trying to make as many friends as possible, because the more friends I had, the more assistance that I had in school, and, the less miserable it was going to be. So, but come high school, I started being able to kind of do simple things on my own, things that seem very trivial to most people, such as turning on a light and, even simple things as getting dressed in the morning. All these things, to be honest, it's solved by a little piece of wood. It's just a simple back scratcher. That's kind of my thing. That's the thing I always carry around wherever I go. I have one on my wheelchair. I have one sitting by my desk. I have one almost in every room of the house, just off to the side, out of the way. And so, turn on lights on my own. Also helps with, closing doors. Opening doors, not so much a problem. It's the closing doors, just due to the need to reach and not, pull the door, end up smacking yourself in the knee or something. So, but that's a little bit of how I've adapted. I've also mentioned, of course, with my first vlog, the customized controls vlog, that I've always been a big gamer, and as new systems come out, I always have to reacquaint myself with controls. It's not so much recognizing what controls I need to use, it's adjusting to the shape of the controller. So, a few other things, as I said, art I have down pretty well, considering, no one's going to suddenly change pencils in the next, few years. Most of my stuff is now done digitally, so I need to adapt to a tablet, but that also has gone over pretty well. Another one of the things I enjoy doing, actually thanks to my fiance, is, she does a lot of photography, and initially I liked the concept of photography, but it was just never quite my thing. I'm way too shaky a lot of the times. Some of you watching the vlog has probably seen, my camera wobble around a little bit, kind of as I move my hands, and a lot is how I gesture, simply because I'm the one propping up the camera at the same time. So that also causes a bit of a problem. But back on photography, initially I thought it was something that I couldn't do. Well, and then she started introducing me to monopod, tripods, and, just some of the other little tricks, and with a little bit of work, I'm pretty much limited to actually doing photography whenever she does it, because we have a lot of the ball-jointed dolls, the Asian ball-jointed dolls. We have a number of them, and that tends to be the big thing that we photograph. It's mainly that and our pets. So, but with the dolls, she brings out the dolls, or she brings out whatever we're going to photograph, and then I'll sit on the sidelines, wait for her to do whatever she needs to do, and then she'll let me go around and take what pictures I can. And so it still requires a little bit of help here and there, but that's some of what I do. Also, I mentioned with the adapting to play musical instruments, such as As I said, I have a violin, I have a bass guitar, I have a keyboard. There are a few other instruments that I hadn't mentioned. Like I have a harmonica, I have a pan flute, I have a penny whistle. I have, a few other strange instruments that were created by some guy at the Ren Fair. So that's some of the things. As I said, it's a lot of the daily things I can do on my own. I sew. I used to sew. I took classes in high school to learn how to sew, to be able to patch up. The major reason actually was to be able to patch up pants, because with a lot of the way I move, I tend to wear a lot of holes in the knees of my pants. And so every couple of months, you have to put a patch on. I understand there's only so much patching one can do, but still, to be able to do that on my own would be a great relief to a bit of the family. So, um, another thing that I also took a class on in high school was cooking. And while my old lady won't let me cook anymore, but that was because of a simple mishap. I didn't have a recipe. I was confident that I could wing it. I knew what I was doing. I just a little too much, little too much. So, but no, I went ahead and I can cook. I can cook a few things. I've created my own dishes before. It's not, gourmet anything. It's not go on to a TV show to cook. Believe me, it's nothing that amazing. It's, here's ramen. Now here's ramen with a few extra things. It's simple stuff. But it also helps me if she ever ends up at a job, she's working and I'm home alone. I've gotten that taken care of. So, to kind of recount, as I said, I've had a job. I've held my own job before. I've acquired a house. I have my own vehicle. I don't drive. I'd like to drive, but